Okay. Welcome to... Yeah, this is the second part of the house in Fata Morgana. Last time, I think we met the young Masta. And she met this girl, which I suspect is us, the protagonist. And we met the maid as well. Inside the memories, I guess. So let me... Yeah, this gotta be load. Okay. Tranquil days. You have my thanks, father. I apologize for being late today. Now there is something unusual. You not being punctual. The priest. Maybe next we'll go a whole month without rain. Do have mercy on next year's crops, Mel. My dearest Mel. So I parabolize, father. So, did something nice happen? Huh? You look like you're in good spirits. Do I? No, nothing. Something did happen, didn't it? This priest... It's all over my face, isn't it? People prefer an open book to a face of stone. So it is. People may prefer it, but it's not a good trait to have for social engagements. What? Not the kind of engagements you'll be having anyway. I'm sorry. They'll look so dejected. For now, at least, there's nothing wrong with that. So tell me, what has you in such a joyous mood, Mel? You torment me so, father. We've taken on another maid. You know how that goes, right? Someone new comes and things get lively for a while. All the excitement has gotten to me, that's all. Oh, he's in love. Oh, ho, ho. What is that? Why are you looking at me like that? No reason, no reason. So what family does the little lady come from? Oh, I don't actually know. You don't know? I was going to ask her, but I missed my chance. Father has returned home, and I can't speak to mother. Why can't he speak to his mother? I see. She's got your eye, has she? Yeah, she has. But the truth is, you're more than just interested in her, are you not? What? No, I... Ha ha ha. You truly do enjoy tormenting me. Well, I should be getting home now. What does he do? Oh, he just studies, right? At the church. Mel. Yes? Make certain you find out where she's from. If you are genuinely interested in her, it's your responsibility to determine if she's actually suitable for you. Yeah? Ready? Cliche, I guess. Well, that's how it goes in that era. You have to find someone from a decent enough family if you're noble. Thank you, and excuse me. It doesn't matter if she's from a esteemed family or not. No, I'm not in love with her. I'm just interested. This isn't love, no. It couldn't be. This is me we were talking about. Besides, I hardly even know her. Yeah, young sire, bless young sire, alms for the poor. It's the same beggar as before. I don't think he's moved since then, but he looks skinnier than last time. He's going to have trouble making it through the summer. I should give him something while I still have the chance. Alms for the poor, have mercy. Sorry, this is all I have to give you. Ah, thank you very much. Blessings upon you. May the Lord bless your soul, young sire. Thanks. I feel bad for him, but that's just the way of the world. Farewell. The skies are really clear. The sun shone fiercely down on the town that day. As was characteristic of the area, cloudy days and rain were frequent during the season, but the sun almost always took the stage the day after a storm. The cathedral standing tall in the center of town, the stone-paved streets clacking with the pleasant sound of footsteps, the people peering out from beneath awnings to look up at the sky. In Mel's eyes, it was as if they were all blessed by a divine light. However, not everyone living in the same land was equally blessed. In fact, the blessed were far outnumbered by the forsaken. Even if their time would later come to be referred to as the Golden Age. Elsewhere, back at the mansion, Nellie was causing trouble for the Abigails. On a whim, she had decided to redecorate her bedchamber, so she gathered the maids and put them to work, shouting orders and demands and complaints. And she had not summoned only her personal servants, but others as well, including the white-haired girl. Oh, Nellie, her spoiled princess. No, not like that. How many times must I tell you? The tapestry goes by the door, and I don't like the carpet's pattern. Is there anything else we can change it with? Hey, who put this ugly vase here? Nellie appeared to be rather irritated, and it was the servants who bore the brunt of her frustration. But if they found this similarly vexing, none of them showed it. She was a girl who spoke her mind, a trait particular to that time in history. Women of the Golden Age were so vivacious, in fact, that it inspired parody and satire in foreign countries. But no matter how hands-off her parents were, had Nellie been born a generation earlier or a generation later, she likely would not have been able to act so free-spirited. That day, however, Nellie did not seem to be her usual self. Though she always spoke her mind, it rarely went beyond being childishly adorable. It was unusual to see her in such a foul mood, not even a smile on her face. Ah, get rid of it all, of all of it. The carpet, that chair, the desk, it's all so ugly. Don't we have anything better? If we don't, then order it. Have it made. You can do that much, can't you? Hurry up and replace them. Oh. But wait, how did she find... Why is she jealous? Or, well... Why is he making things hard for her? Having only arrived that morning, the white-haired girl was unsure what she was supposed to be doing, caught in the middle of a flurry of maids and furniture and fabric. She chased frantically, scrambling Abigail's with her eyes and made attempts to help, but not being familiar with the work, she only ended up getting in their way. She probably felt that everyone would be better off with her not in the room. So when the maids ordered to get new furniture made their way out of Nellie's room, she attempted to follow them. You hold on a second. You, yes, you with the white hair. However, Nellie stopped her before she could take her leave. What? The white-haired girl turned back, bewildered, to find Nellie smiling at her. The corners of her mouth turned up into a self-assured grin. There was no trace of timidity or uncertainty in her demeanor. Her flaxen eyes seemed like they would look nice under the light of the sun. Almost the exact opposite of the white-haired girl. I forget that, like, the narrator is the maid. I wanted to talk to you, actually. But mother never was one to share. I asked her to trade maids, but she wouldn't have it. Trade? You mean for? Which is why I decided to completely redecorate my room, because then I would need some extra hands. But why? Because mother and father refused to tell me anything. Why is that? Who are you exactly? Where did you come from? Tell me, what house are you from? I... Why can't you tell me? If we took you in, you must be from a fairly decent family. As a member of the Rhodes family, I have a right to know. Do I not? You can't expect me to welcome a girl into my home who won't even tell me where she came from. I don't know anything about you. I haven't seen you at any parties. I am... I came from another country. Another country? What country? Somewhere very, very far away. Oh? North of here? East? West? South? Uh, um... South. It's south of here. I crossed the sea to get here, which is why we have never met before. Crossed the sea? How far did you have to travel then? How many times did the sun rise, and how many stormy nights did you face? Innumerable days and nights we sailed, heading even further north. I thought she was lying, but maybe not. Huh. So tell me. Lady Nellie. That is a most wonderful painting. She's tried to brush me off. I won't let her get away that easy. Painting? It's in my room, so of course it's wonderful. But that one's especially so. You're both so adorable. You, Lady Nellie, and Lord Mel. How old were you when it was painted? Huh? Ah, that painting. Goodness, yes. You have a good eye for art. It is magnificent, isn't it? It was done when I was 4 and Mel was 7. You see how we're standing next to each other, holding hands? What is that? Wait. Who did this painting? They need to get shot. I was too young to remember it very well, but Mel looks like he was really embarrassed. But standing there like statues makes for a boring painting. Nellie explained brightly. Having completely forgotten she was pressed up against the white-haired girl, she did a little twirl, stopping to face the portrait. Though many paintings lined the walls of her room, Nellie was most fond of the one of her and her brother. Two darling siblings standing side by side, the older brother smiling kindly and the younger sister sweetly tilting her head, her cheeks the color of fresh picked apples. It was like the very embodiment of their happiness. A painting lays its subjects bare, you know, fortune and misfortune, happiness and sorrow, enshrined on canvas for all to see. And this reflection is not merely limited to the point in time it was made, either. Did you know, Master, that paintings are alive? They are drawn with a brush over an extended stretch of time, unlike photographs, which capture a singular moment. The two have their own individual merits, but a photograph is still while a painting moves. Portraits reveal both the past and the present state of those they depict. Heh. Mel and I have always been close. I would sing songs for him, and he would teach me about all sorts of things. He's so smart. Nowadays, Mel hardly even goes on walks with me, making excuses like, I'm an adult now. But we used to spend a lot of time playing together in the rose garden. I see. The white-haired girl normally had difficulty smiling, but her lips naturally curled upward as Nellie reminisced. A vision of the two happy siblings had probably swelled up in her mind. And I imagine there was a faint trace of envy in her heart as well. Lady Nellie, you love Lord Mel quite deeply, I see. Yes, of course I do. Mel's smart, and he's studious, and he's incredibly kind. For my birthday, he gave me this wonderful rose necklace. The jewelry shop he got it from is famous because even the royal family makes commissions from their workshop. So he had to have ordered it months in advance. Just for me, he's a prince. Oh? He's pretty charming, wouldn't you say? That's why I call him my prince. But you know what? Mel is a terrible dancer, and he still hasn't got his feet on the ground yet, and he's so bad at interacting with girls. But there's no one else who would say that about him. He is quite the gentleman. I assumed women would be drawn to him. Gentleman? Have you met Mel already? This morning, briefly. That reminds me, Mel seemed to know about her too. What do you think about Mel? As I said, he's a gentleman. That's not what I mean. Don't think I'll let you get away with putting any funny ideas in his head. Oh. I mean, in that era, probably. What was that? A man's achievements are his own and his mistakes are like his wife's, something like that. What? Well, he's too trusting. He's pure of heart, so I won't stand for you trying to take advantage of him. I would never. So you say, but you actually want to get close to him. I wouldn't dream of it, Lady Nelly. He is a man far beyond my reach. You aren't planning on doing anything, are you? Not at all. You don't have any romantic feelings for him, do you? What? Um, well, do you? I have no romantic feelings for him, Lady Nelly. You won't develop any? I will not. And with that, Nelly gave a wide, satisfied grin. Even though one has no way of knowing how another truly feels or how they might in the future. You wouldn't, would you? Now that I think about it, there are plenty of other boys. You getting together with Mel is downright absurd. Indeed. But anyway, back to what we were talking about earlier. Your family, I almost forgot. I, you haven't told me exactly where you came from or anything about your... Lady Nelly, I brought a new carpet. Just look at the embroidery. You work a true artisan. I'm simply in love with it. Surely you will find it to your liking as well? Wow, you're right. That's a Florentine stitch, isn't it? I wonder whether someone mimicked the style or if it was imported. Either way, a great find. Let's hurry up and get it laid out. Oh, and we'll have to see how the colors go with everything else. We'll have to finish redecorating quickly so I can show Mel. He'll be so surprised. What wonderful taste you have, Nelly. And so she's saved. When the other vehicles returned, so too did the bustle within Nelly's room. As a white-haired girl watched, a faint smile crossed her lips. Perhaps it was from relief at having escaped Nelly's inquisition, or perhaps... This is so unsettling. I mean, just the music. It's making me think something terrible will happen. Ah, Nelly, I'm back. Did you eat something you're not supposed to, dearest Mel? You're unusually cheerful. I'm the same as always. Anyway, never mind that, dearest Mel. Take a look at my room. I redecorated today. So that's what you've been doing, hiding away in the house all day, Nelly? How is that any different than what you were doing? You were in the church all day. I guess. I will look at your room. I promise, but first, do you know where the new maid is? Now, don't get any strange ideas. I just haven't yet had the chance to introduce myself, and I thought I should as a member of the family. Except you have, and I know it. Being the eldest son, it would be shameful if she were to pass me in the halls not even knowing who I am, so... Don't ask me. What? But you were in the house all day. She attends to mother, so why would I know where she is? Though she did help redecorate my room. You made her help? That's for the manservants. There was no reason to make the maids do it. Oh, so you're saying I should invite a bunch of men into my room? I go into your room all the time, Nelly, and you were in my bedchamber just this morning. Only one man is allowed in my bedroom, dearest Mel, and that is you. So unless you become a servant, which I will not stand for, I would not ask any of them for help. Oh, Nelly, you ought to be a little more. A little more what? If you're going to lecture me, I won't hear it. What am I going to do with you, my little lady? What? What? Why are you looking at me like that? We talked about you, dear Smell, and I'm not going to tell you what she said. About me? What did she say? Hmm, please, Nelly. She said, she said she has no romantic interest in you. What? Why did that even come up? Because we're both girls. We talk about things like what kind of boys we like and who's the most handsome. Oh, now he's sad. Why do you look so downtrodden, dear Smell? You look like a sad little boy who can't get his crush to notice him. That face is unbecoming of a prince, Mel. Are you interested in her? That's strange. You haven't even met. I am not. It's just depressing to find out someone you've never even met doesn't like you. That's all. If I'm going to make my move, I must do so soon. What move? What are you going to do? I don't have much time. So she is a vampire? Or something like that? The master of the house isn't around, so next in line would be him. That painting. What is going on? Despite his near devastation by Nellie's news, Mel's flaxen eyes continue to wander in hopes of catching sight of the girl. By now, it should be quite obvious to you what Mel was feeling. But the boy himself was having difficulty comprehending the things going through his heart. Emotionally, he was horribly unstable, like a ship without a sail. And still, every time he spotted the white-haired girl, his heart would leap, his whole body jitter with anxiety and excitement. He had never felt anything like this before, and as such, he struggled to keep these strange emotions in check. Whenever he saw an opportunity, Mel would speak to the white-haired girl. And days he wasn't able to, he either spent in secluded silence or distracted days. Love is a curious thing. It has the power to change those who experience it. When he did manage to approach her, he tripped over his tongue. Again and again he talked to her, and again he stumbled. I imagine if you were to take him to see a romance at the theater, in his present state, he would cry just as much as little Nellie. We cry at tragedies because we draw parallels with our own lives. At least, that is what I think. Great tales of romance attain true gravity with the audience only when they are personally familiar with love. In any event, the white-haired girl was, as a result of this, visibly perturbed. She was delighted that he was being so kind to her, but confusion overpowered every other emotion. She appeared to be at a loss for what to do as he clumsily catapulted words and stares at her. But Mel did not back down, though he probably knew not what caused such fiery emotion to erupt from within his breast. One's first love, in particular, tends to burn like a wildfire. Are you familiar with this sensation, Master? First love? I guess everyone, yeah. Oh? Ah, there she is. Is she cleaning? No, it looks like she's reading. It's now or never. Boo. Ah! sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. Lord Mel, you're making me uncomfortable. Leave me alone. You very clearly meant to scare me. Yes, because you just wouldn't notice me. What are you reading? You look pretty engrossed. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have asked for permission. It's fine. No need to apologize. Feel free to read whatever you want, and you're welcome to bring books back to your room if you'd like to spend more time with them. But I was just amazed that the mansion had a library. It must have been a lot of work to collect all these books. There are some pretty old books in here too. Your grandfather's? Some that he collected, and some even older than that. Take a look at this. I think it's a diary, but it's not from this country. Or this century, for that matter. Maybe a feudal lord? Not from this country. Then maybe she can read it. Here, he's complaining about the quality of the harvest. Can this forsaken land only produce over sour grapes? Ah, if only the largest of the Barney? Or maybe Barnier? If only the largest of the Barnier states were mine instead. The land there is much more suitable to cultivation. There you have it. You can read this, Lormel. More or less. I've looked over it several times already, so that wasn't too difficult. Why would such an old book be here? I'm not sure. It and all of this was already here when I moved into the mansion. Have you not lived here your whole life? Yeah, why are we in the second home? I was born at our estate, but to me and Nellie, this is more like our home. We moved when I was still young, and we've lived here ever since. Nellie and Mother have both grown quite fond of it. Father, though, often goes back to the house because he doesn't like all the roses by himself. Yeah, well, sometimes Mother goes with him, for the but for the most part, he goes alone. Don't get me wrong, it's not because they don't get along. In fact, they act more like teenagers in love than grown adults. It almost makes me sick having to watch it. Okay, sorry. My dad was calling me. Okay. It is a wonderful thing to be so close, no matter how old they may be. True, but still, there are those in the world who cannot be with the ones they care for as much as they may wish. She did mention that her father died, I think. I'm sorry about that. Oh, that's right, the book. What were you reading? I wasn't exactly reading. I can't. I do not enjoy reading lots of text, so I was looking at the pictures. Oh, she can't read. She did come from another country, so I'm guessing it's a different language. Is that so? You seem very cultured, so I thought you would be partial to reading. Very cultured. Why? Well, she does look, what would you say, like elegant. Perhaps you're actually more like Nelly and eschew your studies? Yes. I wouldn't have guessed. But you like looking at pictures? I do. What else do you like? How much time has passed? I think they did not mention it, but they did say that this guy has been trying to get along with her for a long time. Well, not for a long time, but at least for a few days. What? What do you enjoy doing? It can be anything. I enjoy being told stories. Stories? Yes. When I was young, my father would tell me tales. What kind of stories did you like? Um, there was one about an imprisoned girl. Tell it to me. Now we're gonna read a book inside a book. Once there was a girl, and she was locked away in a mansion deep in the forest. A mansion with only one window. But the window sat high upon the wall, far beyond her reach. So it was always very dark inside, unlike this mansion. However, the girl did not like the outside world. There were lots of scary things out there after all. Though she may have been all alone in the mansion, she grew comfortable with the darkness in time, so she had nothing to be afraid of. And then, am I doing a good job? You're doing fine. Keep going. What happens next? Okay. And then the girl grew up. By then, she had already forgotten why she was locked up. She was content with the darkness. However, her eyes couldn't help but be drawn to the little bit of light that spilled through the one window. She was comfortable in the darkness. The sight of the light made her heart race. At first, the girl thought it was because she found it unpleasant, because she disliked the light and the outside. Slowly, she came to realize that she was curious about the outside world. What could be happening out there? For all she knew, the town, the forest, the people, all of it could have changed while she was imprisoned in the mansion. But she had no way of finding out. So the girl decided to write letters and throw them out the window. What began as empty grasping became routine, continuing for several months until she was finally ready to give up. But then a beautiful white dove flew in through the window. Tied to the dove's leg was a letter. Her heart racing, she read the words contained within. It seemed to have been written by a man. The letter contained numerous questions for the girl. It also said that if she attached her reply to the dove, it would bring the letter back to him. She was astonished, but she wrote him back anyway, taking care not to mention where she was. After having exchanged letters a number of times, the two felt very close to one another, as though they had known each other for many years, despite having never met. And eventually, the man said he wanted to meet her. Indeed, the girl wasn't sure what to do. Should she tell him how she lived? Should she reveal where she spent her days? She was afraid if she did, he would cease to send her letters. She was sure he believed her to be a young lady of noble blood, and not a girl locked away in a house deep in the forest. The girl could not bring herself to write a response. She released the dove through the window with nothing attached to its leg. And yet, it returned with another letter, written in the man's familiar hand. You must surely have a grave reason for your silence, it said. I would like to know that reason, and I would like to help you. No matter what it may be, you have my word. She deliberated. Though his letters were kind, she did not know this man. He was from the outside. Would he still treat her the same way when he met her? And did she even want to step out into the world beyond? What do you think she did? Wrote a letter and agreed to meet him, right? Yes, she did. The girl made up her mind she would write a letter. As always, when she tied it to the dove's leg, it flew off out the window. And for some time after that, she received no response from the man. This saddened her, but she thought it was for the best. She belonged in her own confined world, her world of darkness. But then one day, light shone into the mansion. The sealed door had been opened, and in the doorway stood a handsome young man. I have come for you, he said. The man was a prince from a neighboring kingdom. When the girl stepped outside, before her sat a magnificent carriage, the likes of which she had never before seen, accompanied by many servants. The prince, kind as in the letters, swore his love to her, and the two lived happily ever after. Oh, that was cute. The prince saving the princess. What a nice story. I'm glad it had a happy ending. Yeah, me too. A prince. Um, was there something funny about the story? No, that's not why I was laughing. Do you ever imagine what it would be like if a prince showed up for you? Huh? It doesn't have to be a real prince, even just someone like one. Is that something you dream about? Oh no. I think I'm perhaps a little too old for that. You think so? Nelly still fantasizes about her prince and she's 14. Okay, so it's the same year. She's 14, he's 17. I think we don't know her age. I just assumed all girls were the same. Lady Nelly's prince. That's you, Lord Mel, no? What? Is it not? I mean, we used to play make believe a lot when we were kids, but I very much doubt she still thinks of me that way in earnest. When she calls me her prince now, it's mostly in jest. If it weren't, that would be concerning. Oh? That story. Do you know if it's a regional tale, one that's been passed down through the ages? I am not sure. It could be very well be of my father's own creation. You might think me conceited, but I think the story might be about me. The girl trapped in the mansion is you? You haven't been locked up anywhere before, have you? No, thankfully. I have never been locked up before. Thank goodness. But with an appearance like mine, I can sympathize with her being afraid of the outside world. I have, at times, imagined how wonderful life would be if it were only me and my father. What's wrong with your appearance? But the girl left the house in the end. If your father really wrote a story, then I believe it contains his hope for you to end up the same way. Oh? I don't have what it takes to be a real princess and whisk you away, but I can at least pretend. So if it was your father's wish for you to see the outside world, then surely there's nothing wrong with you getting out and experiencing all the scenery that world has to offer. I want to see the outside too, or to be more specific, other countries. So, if you'd like, we Nelly or some a maid is coming. Master, something terrible has happened. Okay, maybe go see distant lands together. Ah, it's Nelly. Ah, dear smell. I've been looking all over for you. Nelly, look at this, dear smell. Mother bought me these wonderful gloves to wear on walks. Let me see them. I can't see them. The roses embroidered on the wrists are just precious. Oh my, you're right. They are beautiful. You appear to be dizzy, Lord Mel. Are you feeling unwell? No, I'm fine. That's so awkward. But it's impossible that she didn't realize, right? Mel was feeling frustrated at his inability to convey his feelings to her. And as his frustration built up over time, he developed, I suppose you could call it, a severe case of love sickness. For several consecutive nights, he had been afflicted with a peculiar sensation, a presence in his bedchamber. Mm, death. Death to the unholy one. Death to the heretic. Death to the witch. Um, kill. Wait, do we know her name? No, they haven't said her name. She's. Why? I never wanted her to die. Was she not eating? Seal off the tower. Understood? No one finds out about this. Well, the story was real. She said she hasn't been locked before. Maybe she lied. How can you be so calm? Don't you understand what you've done? Huh, pinning the blame on me? How nice it must be to be able to distort reality with panic. You're just as guilty as any of us. I never wanted her to die. Mm, the witch killed her. Uh, the blood of the witch killed my. What is going on? A dream? What was that dream? It was horribly unsettling. I was holding someone, a girl I cared for dearly, in my arms, and she was limp. It was almost as if she were dead. I've been having a lot of really unpleasant dreams lately. I can't stop shaking. Why would I have such a dream? I feel sick. Back to sleep. But I wonder, who was that girl? I can sense someone standing beyond my door. Is someone there? It's like they're watching me. Is it just my imagination? I can't move. It's the sleep paralysis. What? What do you want? Go away. Ah, the sound is growing fainter. It's her? I. Is that truly what your story meant, Father? But I. Such a magnificent art and something we could never have had. Are my intentions misguided? What a beautiful white rose. What is going on? You know, you could have sneaked into his room rather easily then. No one was watching. Okay. How long have you? Oh, you needn't pay me any mind. I shall not condemn you, no matter what you might do. Rather, I am on your side. I was not going to do anything. Oh, is that so? Then perhaps you were out for a late night stroll. I imagine you have less difficulties going outside at night. I beg your pardon. I will return to the mansion immediately. Oh yes, that reminds me. It was also the middle of the night when the grocer's servant broke into their safe. Broke into their safe. News of that spread quite far. I'm sure you would have heard about it. Oh? Although, was Gimash imprisoned? Dear me, I am having trouble remembering. But worry not. If you wish for it, the mansion shall provide. You are in no danger whatsoever of getting caught. I... You said that a witch lives in the mansion, did you not? I did. Does that sound perhaps a bit archaic to you? No, I believe those rumors mockingly refer to me. Oh my, I have been accused of being a witch before, which is amusing. I don't have any magical powers. I simply have an unusual appearance. Oh, what happened? I didn't even realize. The white turned to red. My, what a lovely shade of red. The rose. Maybe you actually have some powers. Is something the matter? This rose, this rose was white until I took it in my hand. Is that so? I apologize. I must sound mad. I'm sure I was just mistaken. It couldn't possibly have changed. I wonder. Yes? Did the girl locked in the mansion become a princess? Hmm. What? We should lock up and head to bed. Make sure all of the shutters are closed nice and tight, and then draw the bar on the front door. What is going on? This maid, why doesn't she tell straight up what's happening? Always playing the the role of the mysterious character. Slowly but surely, time tracked onward, everyone working toward their own individual goals. Each early summer breeze that blew through the garden was like God's hallowed breath carrying the flowers' fragrance in through Rose Maynard's windows. If only time could be stopped and this beautiful era made to live on through eternity. As usual, Mel's eyes chased after a white-haired girl, and Nellie pursed her lips in frustration at him. But she was still rather docile. Even taking into account how self-centered she behaved, how fickle her temper, Nellie's feats were still no worse than a playful kitten. See, at that very moment, her lively little felon had her claws poised to swat at the flaxen-haired young man. Mel, you promised me, or have you forgotten? I haven't forgotten. I'm just asking if we can go another day. Another day? This isn't something that happens every day. I've been looking forward to tonight's performance for so long. There's nothing I can do about that. We're having a gathering at the priest's home tonight. The priest's home? Several high-ranking officials have come up from the mainland just for this. Who cares? I care. You know, Nelly, it doesn't have to be me who goes with you. No, I want to go with you, Mel. You've been so distant lately, dearest Mel. You refuse to do anything with me. That's not true. Tell me, if you can't go today, when can you? When will you be willing to go out with me? When will you be willing to play cards with me, to have tea together? Uh, I can't make any promises. I have things to do, obligations. And Nelly, you're almost an adult yourself. Stop acting like such a child. I'm not an adult yet. I'm still a kid. If it means I don't get to play with you anymore, dear Smell, then I don't want to be an adult. Nelly, you can't. Lady Nelly, the master wishes to speak with you. Huh? Father does. What could he want? Go on, Nelly. You can't make father wait. It's pretty particular about people keeping their appointments. Yes, he is. Unlike you, dearest Mel. What's got her in such a foul mood? The maid. Oh, thank goodness for small miracles. Nelly just won't seem to take me at my word lately. We mustn't be so harsh on her. She is your one and only darling little sister. You're right, but still, she's taking it a bit too far of late. Oh, I am not so sure. She does not seem to be behaving any differently to me. Am I the one acting differently then? Well, enough about that. Can I ask you a favor? Me? What can I do for you? I was thinking... Physically, Mel was undeniable a young man, but the smirk that crossed his lips as he schemed gave his face the sweet look of a little boy. Or perhaps that was simply part of his charm, and it was not the age disparity but his character that made his smile so heartwarming. What did he ask of me? Hehehe, you shall find out soon enough. Mm, it's cloudy. And thank goodness for that too. Though it would be even better if it were even darker out. I believe the textile shop was around here. Oh, hi there. Lord Mel. Fancy meeting you here. Yeah, what a surprise. So, what do you say we take this chance and go for a little walk? Since you're sensitive to sunlight, we can keep our eyes out for shadowy areas as we go. And if you feel unwell, just let me know. I was sent out to run an errand. Don't worry about that. Come on, follow me. I'm sorry. It actually wasn't an accident that we crossed paths. I planned this out ahead of time, asked to have you sent out on a fake errand. It feels like I'm always on alert back at the mansion. Can't relax in my own house. It's actually kind of funny. Sorry, that was inappropriate of me. I just thought, since the sun's mostly blocked out, it would be alright if... I'm feeling just fine. Oh, this is so awkward. Of course, I get her out of the house and I can't even think of anything to say. Hey, yes? Have you settled into life at the mansion? I have. Everyone has been such a big help. That's good to hear. Indeed. So, yes? Nelly told me she had you help redecorate her room some time back. Ah, yes, that was shortly after I arrived. What of it? Yeah, that day Nelly told me that you don't, um, I don't? Never mind, sorry, it's not important. Bro, please just speak up and say something or leave the poor maid alone. It is important, but I can't just ask how she feels about me. That would make it sound like I forget sound like I do, don't I? Lord Mel? Oh, sorry, that's something on my mind. It looks like it might rain again today. The weather usually gets better as summer approaches, not worse, like it has been. It won't be a heavy storm though. No? The wind is too gentle. You can tell from that. Vaguely, but yes. Huh? That's impressive. I often leave the house unprepared, only to find myself slushing back in the rain. You laugh a lot more than you used to. Uh, do I? Yeah, and I like that. You look better with a smile on your face. A smile suits Lady Nelly much more than I. What? Your smile and your smile are completely different. Also, a smile suits you as well, Lord Mel. D do you really think so? What am I supposed to do in the face of a smile like that? So, yes? Knowing her, if I ask if I'm imposing, she'll say no without hesitation. Trying to cover myself isn't going to get me anywhere. Hold on a second. I never did get you those flowers like I promised. There was a single white rose blooming in the garden. The one that she took. I was planning to give it to you, but it disappeared before I had the chance. So, I'd like you to have this. It's not a real rose, but it won't wilt either. Mel was holding an ornamental white rose. It was an impressively detailed replica of the real thing, crafted by an incredibly skilled artisan's hand. It was, I imagine, made by the same craftsman from whom Mel had ordered Nelly's birthday necklace. The young man who but a handful of days earlier had said he had no sweetheart, had come in to commission a present for a girl. The master of the shop must have been quite surprised, or perhaps it had given him a good laugh instead. It was for this moment that he so desperately sought for time together with the white-haired girl. I don't know what you like, so I had to base it on my sister's tastes. My apologies. I cannot accept this. Is this design not to your liking? No, I just... If you're concerned about how much I paid for it, don't be. I just want you to have it, that's all. Please. Why are you so kind to me? Why? Because... I'm sorry, I can't accept it. I can't accept it. A clear glint of flustered panic was visible in her red eyes. There's not a girl in the world whose heart would not flutter at the sight of the sparkling rose accessory, but her reaction was far from delight. As a matter of fact, there were traces of fear and apprehension in her countenance. I beg your pardon. Run! Hold on! With a look of distress on her face, the white-haired girl made to run off, but Mel grabbed her by the arm in the nick of time. At least, tell me why. Is it because you dislike me? I never said... I am... Something's wrong with me. From the day you arrived at the mansion, it's like I haven't been myself. I've been strangely aflutter ever since then. Oh, wait. She's the witch. Did she cast a spell on him? Or something like that? Whether I try to study or whether I try to read, none of it sticks. I'm just looking at pages of text, tracing rows of letters, only for them to disappear as soon as I look away. It's all because of you. I I I I love you. I truly I'm sorry. Please don't be any more generous than you already have. When I'm with you, my willpower wavers. What do you mean by that? I'm so sorry. Oh wait. Oh, this is another CG. Mel's grip loosened for a moment, allowing her to slip free and dart off like a gust of wind, not giving him a chance to stop her a second time. The dumbfounded, flaxen-haired boy stood frozen in place, left all by himself. The breeze, which the white-curled girl had called gentle earlier, felt faintly chilly, almost as if mocking him. Now this is gonna be awkward when they get back to the mansion, if she actually goes back. It looks like she's even less fond of me than I thought. God, I'm crying. Oh, I'm pathetic. Well, you kinda are. I mean, how could you fall in love like this? Like, in a few days? And of course the priest is here. The shady priest that will do something weird, I'm sure. Well, if it isn't Mel, what might you be? Are you crying? No. I'm so pitiful. Sorry you had to see this. Think nothing of it. I passed by a girl just a few moments ago. She appeared to be rather distressed as well. Did something happen between the two of you? I wasn't good enough, it seems. Not good enough. That was the new maid I was telling you about before. I was, like you said, Father, I was keen on her, quite. Enough to bring me to tears like a miserable child. But she rejected me. I don't even have what it takes to be a stand-in prince. Mel. I apologize for complaining to you about this. I'm completely hopeless. Mel. Please don't try to cheer me up. I don't need any sympathy. I just... No, Mel, listen to me. What? I've seen that girl before. What do you mean? But, you said she was a servant at your house, right? In which case... Yes, she is. Please tell me, Father. Where did you see her? Why must you be so evasive? It was probably someone else. Someone else? You're saying you mistook someone who stands out as much as her? Father, she and the man whom I assume is her father paid a visit to the church once. Hmm? They came asking for food, their clothes in tatters. The two were emaciated. I don't think they were eating daily. What? Wait a minute. Are you saying she's a beggar? Ugh. But that doesn't explain how she got into the house. No. To be a maid, you either have to have connections with novels or be a novel yourself. And well, if you have connections with nobles, then you're most likely someone with some kind of power. So I don't know. Maybe she did uh, come from another country and they had to leave everything behind. But father said she came from an esteemed house, which is why I said I might be mistaken, Mel. She has a singular aspect, but it is possible there is another girl who looks similar. Deep down, though, the priest surely believed the opposite, so he said sternly, like teacher to a pupil. But you must be absolutely certain, Mel. Understood? You cannot proceed any further without knowing her ancestry. Hmm. What is this priest? He thinks he's his father? May I visit the church, father? By all means. In the back of Mel's mind, a vision of the night of the storm, the night the white-haired girl arrived at the mansion, was surely replaying. She had been wearing little more than rags and covered in grime, hardly the appearance of a respectable young lady of class. Yes, that's true. Have I been putting her through unnecessary stress? If she actually turns out to be a nameless, to be rankless, no matter where she comes from, my heart is decided. I will not fool myself about how I feel any longer. No, I cannot fool myself. But how does she feel? What will everyone else think? But in these times, does it really matter what she thinks? I thought this was going to be more like him forcing himself on her. But he actually likes her. Or, well, loves her. I have to find out why she was welcomed into our house. I'll ask mother or father. No, if for some reason they don't know she's an aristocratic, I'm better off not saying anything. But if they don't, then does that mean she's been lying to us and to them? I have to find out. But that's impossible. I mean, how would she get in? Uh, if that were to happen, like everyone could just go to the mansion and say they come from a noble family and get jobs. So I don't think so. I have to find out. This time, I must get answers. Hmm. No, absolutely not. You come back and the first thing you say is that? I hate you, father. I will not stand for this. Oh, he's gonna marry his son or the daughter? Why? Why would he just suddenly throw that on me? He didn't even ask for my opinion. Yeah, she's getting married off or sold off. No, I won't do it. I'm fine the way things are. I'm just fine. Don't cry, Nelly. Dear Smell, I need your help. I don't. I don't. Oh, want to get married. Yeah. But to be honest, like, you're doing nothing. You're not studying. You're not, I don't know, doing something useful. Then what else would you have done? This may seem sudden, but I must confess that I made a grave mistake. My transgression is that I was unable to completely predict where this path we were traveling led. My hands were full dealing with my immediate day-to-day tasks. Could not but pray there was happiness waiting in the future. Happiness for everyone who lived within Rose Manor. But I am but a mere maid. There are limits to what I am allowed to do. And furthermore, it was not my place to offer her my hand. Roads, such as the one we were following, have a way of diverging with little warning. And if you do not turn the wheel exactly right at those sudden forks, you may end up somewhere horribly off course. I was well aware of that fact, which is why I thought that what I did was for the best. What did you do? It's happening again. I made sure the door was closed, but I can sense someone standing there. Someone watching me. Footsteps. They're looking down at me. I want to open my eyes, but I can't do it. Curses. You're just going to leave without doing anything, aren't you? Then hurry up and get out of here. Free me from this torture. No, tonight they're on my bed now, looking down on me. My neck. I can't speak. I can't move. Mm. These cold fingers. That soft breath. Why? I can move my body, but that's not important right now. Is he gonna strangle him? Or bite him to take his blood? You smell of roses. The scent of a world far removed from ours. He made to gasp at the sight before him, only to realize he could not. The pressure of her cold fingertips wrapped around his throat robbed him almost entirely of the ability to breathe. Why? He silently mouthed the word. For that moment, at least, her melancholic ruby eyes were focused wholly on the flaxen-haired young man. In them glowed a faint flicker of willpower and a continuously burning agitation that roused her to action. I told you to stop being so kind to me. Why? It it will all be over soon. Please don't make any noise. Why? To put an end to this family. You are my only. To put an end to this family. Why are you shaking? Oh shit. What? Upon hearing Mel's words, the strength drained from her slender fingers. He had not been questioning why she would do such a thing. There was, of course, a trace of bewilderment visible in his eyes, but he did not shout, nor did he tremble in fear. He instead expressed concern for the young woman who looked like a cornered rabbit. I, I am not shaking. You are. I can see it. As he slowly regained his breath, Mel's voice too grew clearer. Conversely, the red-eyed girl's grew progressively more faint and raspy. You're not doing this because you genuinely want to. There's some other reason. This is what I desire. Have you been to my room before? You have. I'm sorry. Well, I'll be damned. Tell me, why are you shaking? You're not putting any pressure on my neck. Why haven't you run? Because I cannot fathom why you would do this, so I'm not afraid. Do you hate me so deeply you want me dead? Do you despise me to the point you would be willing to take my life with your own hands? No, no, I don't. See, like I said, there's another reason. If it isn't because you detest me, then tell me, why is it? I am sorry. I will leave your room now. I will do my best not to bother you any further. So please forget anything ever happened. Do you think I'm just going to say okay and let you go? Why can't you tell me the reason? I'm sorry. Alright then, I'll try and guess. What? It has something to do with your lineage. You're troubled by it somehow, am I right? I thought so. How do you know about that? The priest at the church told me he had seen you before. He also told me a little about your origin. But that's all I know. The only difference between us is social rank. I don't know what would cause you to do this. Please tell me who you really are. Tell me why you came to the mansion and why father allowed you to be a maid. I haven't said anything to mother or father. If you're hiding the truth from them, they still don't know. But I want to. I I won't get mad at you or have you punished. I'll even swear to God if you'd like. I want to be the prince who whisks you away. I want to be like the prince who rescued the girl from the dark mansion and showed her the world. I know I'm not that dependable, but I want to help you. Why do you show me such compassion? Why do you treat me like this? I have my hand around your neck. Why? I thought it would be obvious. Or have I not expressed myself well enough? Oh my god, I love you. Oh. Every time you push away, it crushes me. I didn't even know my heart could feel such distress. If you dislike me and don't want to be with me, then well, I'll just have to live with that, as much as it may hurt. But if you have some other reason, some weight on your shoulders that you can't share with anyone else, tell me. I want to help you. There are other options. Things we can do about your... No, that's not it. Huh? I've tried to hate you so many times. So yes, there's more to it. than just social status. But I can't do it. I couldn't make myself do it. What do you mean? I had so many chances, but I couldn't do anything. She spoke in a stifled voice, as if every word had to fight to escape her lips. She appeared so fragile, so precarious looking down on him that it seemed as though if a gust of wind were to whisk through the room, it would blow her away completely. Her pale fingers were trembling, like she had tried to squeeze them again and failed. However, her hand did not pull away from his still slender neck. Her hand was so cold. He did not challenge her, but simply kept his eyes fixed on hers, as if carefully watching to see what she would do next. I'll say it as many times as I must. I love you. And I wouldn't be able to accept losing you without knowing anything. So please tell me the reason. I'll see to it that you're taken care of. Those are the words of a man of means, Lord Mel. Of someone blessed enough to have pity for others. You're a foolish young man. You know nothing. But the greatest fool of all is myself. If you agree to punish me, I will talk. Tell me. Her long white hair and his soft flaxen hair touched. For just the briefest of moments, it appeared in the darkness as though they had fused together. The white-haired girl, having finally gathered the courage, began to slowly tell her tale. On the night of the storm, I paid a visit to Rose Manor, this mansion. My father and I were always in the move, traveling across the land by foot, so it was only recently that we heard rumors of Rose Manor. There are several reasons we couldn't stay in one place. First is my unusual appearance. People often find the color of my skin or eyes disconcerting. So after living in one place for long enough, unsettling rumors would begin to spread, forcing us to leave. Another reason was my father's line of work. He painted pictures for a living, but he had trouble finding a patron. So he had to work day to day. When he was no longer able to find work in a city, we would move. We were birds that migrated without a flock. When we arrived at this town, my father was exhausted and weak. That is when we learned of Rose Manor and the family who dwelled within it. Rhodes is a name my father could never forget. He was, long ago, a painter in service of the Rhodes family. Hold on. Your father was an artist here? Yes. It was before I was born, so you probably don't remember, Lord Mel. So you knew about us before you came here? For as long as I can remember, I've known the name Rhodes. Hmm? My father was chased from your house just because they didn't like something he painted. Having failed the Rhodes family, no one else would become his patron. Just as a good reputation spreads, so too does a bad one. Branded once as a failure, no one will take you in ever again. You nobles throw your parties and spread your gossip about this painter or that sculpture. The rose you tried to give me is an example of that. It was certainly crafted with skill. The jeweler is only known because some aristocrat spoke highly of him. My father's paintings were no less skillful. Well, is this it? I expect something else, actually. I don't know. something more magical, I would say. His was a talent that could not be easily imitated, but no one was willing to separate the art from the artist. The Rhodes family stole everything from my father, but even thrown out onto the streets, his only skill was painting. That was all he could do to earn a living. What little money we had for food, he gave to me. He did anything he could to ensure my survival, even at the expense of his own well-being. My father passed away in this town. Up until his last breath, he was only ever concerned about me. He held me in his arms and ran his fingers through my hair, an apologetic look on his face. If I had a normal appearance, I'm sure life would have been much easier. He was always telling me how sorry he was for making life so hard, even though it's not his fault I look like this. I disdained the Rhodes family for putting for putting my father through such hardship. I imagined you were still living in decadence, acting as though nothing had ever happened. No, you wouldn't even care about the fate of one simple painter. Our lives meant nothing to you. And so, I sought to bring misfortune upon you. And that's why you tried to kill me. In truth, I had wanted to take the master's life, but your father spent so much time outside the mansion. And so, you're right, if they lost me, it would put my family in a very difficult position. That is the whole of my tale. Well, that was... I expected something much, much deeper than that. You know, you now know about my father and how I feel about you. Having told you of the blackness in my heart, I cannot go on living like nothing has changed. Please give me punishment. Why? Why would you have me put the one I love through any more misery? I am not fit for your affection. Not only because I am not aristocratic, but because every time I spoke with you, I did so holding this darkness in my heart. Does that not unnerve you? In the end, it was my family's actions that caused you so much suffering. With that your father was still alive, perhaps I could have done something. I'm sorry. And besides, you hesitated. Didn't actually kill me. What am I even to punish you for? For going into the master's room? As you said, you had countless opportunities, but you could not bring yourself to do it. Tell me, why couldn't you kill me? Because if it's because I've given you enough reason to have even the slightest bit of interest in me, nothing was as I envisioned it. What? I assumed the residents of Rose Manor would be cold, people who believed that wealth and rank mattered above all. But in the night of the storm, the mistress was the first one to extend her hand to me. I arrived at the mansion disguised as a beggar. Actually, disguise is not the right word. As many nights, I only survived on the generosity of others. The mistress did not send me away when she saw me. Quite the opposite. She took me in as a servant. So that was my mother's doing. I could scarcely believe she would invite a stranger into her home, that she would treat a stranger with such compassion. I thought perhaps she knew who my father was, but I had never met any of you before, so she must simply be that kind-hearted a woman. And the mistress continued to treat me with kindness, despite my disquieting appearance and the darkness in my heart. In time, I began to grow less and less sure of myself. Was what I meant to do truly right? Were the things I felt truly justified? But it was a certain fact that my father was here and that he had been chased out. So I decided I should take your life to put an end to everything before I wavered any further. And then, and then, and then, you were too kind to me. It's all your fault. Because you laugh with such affection. Because you give me smiles like that. Because you say the things you say. You... I'm sorry. No, don't apologize. I'm so happy to hear that. Despite the unusual circumstances. Please, don't say you want to leave. Don't ask me to punish you. I couldn't do anything for your father, but at least allow me to do something for the daughter he cared for so dearly. You are far too kind-hearted. I'll be happier with you around. You can become a real aristocrat. Huh? There are families that would be willing to adopt you, especially knowing it would bring them ties to Rose's family in the near future. Are you saying, as long as you're okay with that, of course? I don't understand. How could you possibly say that? I have my hand around your neck even as we speak. It seems reasonably enough to me. I'm desperately looking for some way to not have to lose you. But I couldn't. I don't know any etiquette or social customs. How could I? You can learn all of that. You're pretty and naturally graceful. You'll do it just fine. Uh, um, you are such an aristocrat, Lord Mel. Will they kiss? What? The way you can come up with compliments so easily. Only for you. No, it says my poetry has as much charm as a dissertation. I don't understand theater. It puts me to sleep. You laughed. Thank goodness. Ah. Keep smiling. You don't have to stop. A smile on your face is a smile on mine. No matter how deep the darkness has taken root in your heart, it can always be removed. I believe people are capable of forging their own futures. Do you say we go to the theater sometime? I promise I won't sleep through it. At the private theater, we can get seats at the far end of the second floor, so we don't have to stand. There would be pretty lavish seats, and it would give you a chance to experience the novel life. But please, don't be shy. I can have clothes prepared for you. I'll ask one of the maids who can keep a secret. Say, the one with black hair. She kind of scares me though. Yeah. She is a real witch. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. How could you show such compassion for me? I tried to inflict harm upon you. Am I allowed to feel such joy? For every day you suffered, a day of happiness. That's how it has to be. So stand by my side. He softly whispered the girl's name. The name. Finally, we're gonna learn her name? For several long moments, her lips Her lips trembled in trepidation, but in time she squeezed them together and made a smile. He wrapped his arms around her unbelievably slender, frail frame, holding her tight in an affectionate embrace. Mel approached me the next day. He explained to me the curse of Evans and then asked me to dress her up more beautifully than any other noble girl had ever been. She was already a very pretty girl, so even without much effort on my part, simply putting her in a dress, she radiated beauty. I was quite partial to her smile, so I agreed to help, thinking that if it would lead to their happiness, I could not ask for anything more. Is this a mistake? Also, they... th- he said the name, but they didn't show us. I never anticipated what would happen next, though. Perhaps my hopes were unreasonable after all. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I think I'll leave it here. I'll continue tomorrow. Same time, I think. Maybe a little earlier. So thank you for watching. If you're watching, I will save. And I'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Bye bye.